Hi, I'm Rob with Hayneedle. This is a short video on the assembly of the Hampton console table. The estimated time on this assembly is around an hour, and the tools you will need are an Allen wrench, which is provided, and a Phillips head screwdriver, which is not provided. Start by opening your box and removing its contents. Locate your instructions. On the inside, you'll find a parts and hardware list. Take a brief inventory to make sure you have all the pieces needed for this assembly. We'll be using our hardware. First, our peg labeled as 1, our cam lock labeled as 2, and 2 of our dowel rods labeled as 3. To attach our pieces E, D, and F. Start by taking your pin and screwing into the middle hole of E. Then place your 2 dowel rods into the remaining holes. Turn your piece D up on its side and place the pegs and dowel rods inside the holes. Take your cam lock and put into the hole in D. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn to the right to tighten. Repeat this step for your piece F to connect to the opposite side of your piece D. Using again our peg labeled as 1, our cam lock labeled as 2, and 2 of our dowel rods labeled as 3, we'll now attach our pieces C to our pieces E and F. Start by taking your pin and tightening into the middle hole of E. Then place your dowel rods to the outside holes. Turn over your piece C and slip your pegs and dowel rods. Then take your cam lock, place in the hole of C, and tighten using your Phillips head screwdriver. Repeat this step with the same hardware on your second piece C on the opposite side. Using again our peg 1, cam lock 2, and 4 now of our dowel rods labeled as 3, we'll now attach our pieces A, B, and G to the rest of our structure. Start with A. On the middle hole, pre-assemble one of your pegs. In your remaining holes, place 1 of your dowel rods in each. On your 2 holes in the top corner, place your remaining dowel rods. On the side of C, place your pegs into the holes of C and use your cam lock and your Phillips head to turn and tighten into place. Then with your piece G, place the 2 holes in the end to your 2 remaining dowel rods on A. Then repeat these steps for your piece B on the opposite side. To attach our piece I, we'll need to pre-assemble 4 of our dowel rods and 4 of our barrel locks into the bottom of our shelf. Start by taking 2 of your dowel rods and placing on the inside holes of your middle panels. Then taking 2 of your barrel locks labeled as 9, place 1 into each of the side holes on the outside panels of the shelf. To assemble I, we'll be using 4 of our bolts labeled as 4 and 4 of our bolts labeled as 5 fitted with our lock washers labeled as 6 and also our flat washers labeled as 7. Take your piece I, making sure the cut is facing down, and place your dowel rods into the holes of the back. Using your bolts labeled as 5, place one into each of the holes on the edge of your panel eye, using your Allen wrench to tighten into place. Place your remaining 2 bolts on the opposite edge. Now take your 4 bolts labeled as 4 and place one into each of the 4 holes around the bottom middle of your panel eye. Use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten into place. Using our 8 remaining pins, we'll now pre-assemble our panel H by tightening one into each of the screw holes on the back. Using our 8 remaining cam locks, we're going to place one into each of the holes on the top of our shelf. We'll now attach our piece H to the top of our shelves by sticking the pegs in the holes where our cam locks are. Now tighten all of your cam locks into place by turning to the right. Now take 3 of your screws labeled as 11. Using your Phillips head screwdriver, tighten one into each of the 3 holes at the top of your shelf. Using our screws labeled as 11, we'll now attach our piece K to the back of our shelf. Place on the lip, and only using 11 screws in the corners and through the bottom with a Phillips head screwdriver, tighten your screws 11 into place. Now to attach our piece J, place into the grooves of the shelf and piece K, and using your remaining screws labeled as 11, place in the top and sides and middle and tighten into place using your Phillips head screwdriver. And there you have your finished stackable bookcase.